Hey, my amazing investors, welcome and welcome back to my channel once again. I love you guys, like always, for the immense support and feedback you guys have been giving to me. And this is a shout out for my amazing Patreon family. Now, today we are going to discuss about another really good penny stock, in my opinion, which has a huge upside potential. But before we start, like always, please hit that like button, smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, then I don't know, guys, what are you waiting for, literally? Please hit that subscribe button, and yeah, there is nothing wrong in being a part of an amazing family, right? And I would always really appreciate that as well. And also, if you guys are interested in joining our amazing Patreon family, then the link is in the video description. Now, disclaimer, which is quite important, guys, this is not a selling or a buying suggestion or an advice, because I'm not a financial advisor, and also penny stocks are really subjected to huge volatility. So please play at your own risk and be careful and book some profits as soon as you get the profits. Now, if you are looking to hold the penny stocks for a long period of time, then please do study and about the company and do your own due diligence. If you're planning to hold an investment, especially a penny stock, for a longer period of time, then get ready to face huge volatility, because not every retail investors might be looking at that penny stock from this point of view as a long-term investment. They might be looking it for a pump and dump, and you might face the dump as well, and then you might panic and sell the stocks at loss, which you should not be panicking about. So please never put all your money in a penny stock at once. Please keep some money aside for averaging this penny stock down, or a particular penny stock down. And this is just my opinion, this is my suggestion to just help you guys out. I'm not a financial advisor, and I just want to warn you guys that please don't burn yourself in these big rallies. Yeah, please be careful. And with that being said, let's jump on to our content. So guys, the company which we are going to talk about today is another biotech company, biolinerx, trading with the ticker symbol BLRX. Now, the current market cap of the company is at $114 million. So the previous closing price was $2.38, which was on 27th of January. Now, as you can see, on 28th of January, the stock is already 23% up. But that doesn't mean that the chance is gone. In fact, guys, the stock has such a huge room for growth and is far away from its long-term price target. And we will talk about that for sure, of course, in this video. So watch until the end. So BioLineRx Limited is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company focused on oncology. The company's business model is to in-license novel compounds first, develop them through clinical stages, and then partner up with other pharmaceutical companies for further clinical development and or commercialization. The company's lead program, motixafortide, which is BL8040, is a cancer therapy platform and is currently being evaluated in a phase 2A study for the treatment of pancreatic cancer in combination with Keytruda, which is their another product, and chemotherapy under a collaboration agreement with MSD. Now, motixafortide is also being evaluated in a phase 3 study in stem cell mobilization for autologous bone marrow transplantation, in a phase 2 study in AML, as well as in a phase 1b study for patients with acute respiratory distress syndrome secondary to COVID-19 and other respiratory viral infections. So BioLineRx, which is a clinical stage biopharma company focused on developing new cancer treatments, like we saw, oncology is a major field for cutting-edge biopharmas. Now, cancer is frequently deadly and frequently resistant to current treatments, like we already know, guys, and those treatments themselves will frequently cause severe side effects in patients. And BioLineRx has an active pipeline of drug candidates, but the most advanced is motixafortide, a synthetic peptide which has completed patient enrollment in a phase 3 study on stem cell mobilization for autologous bone marrow transplantation, which is quite big, guys. And as you can see, that motixafortide is already being tested for stem cell mobilization, pancreatic cancer and AML, but the drug is being further studied for its efficacy in promoting the harvesting of bone marrow prior to the cancer treatment. And the results from these pre-planned interim analysis showed statistically significant evidence favoring treatment with motixafortide in the primary endpoint. So as you can see right here, Genesis phase 3 study interim results were quite promising. Successful interim analysis of randomized placebo-controlled part 2, which was held in October 2020, planned interim analysis on 122 patients of study's primary endpoint was conducted independently by Studies Data Monitoring Committee (DMC) based on statistically significant evidence favoring treatment with methotrexate in primary endpoint and overall safety profile. DMC recommended immediate halt of study enrollment. That means, according to DMC recommendation, enrollment ceased just at 122 patients instead of pre-planned 177 patients. Now, given the overall safety profile and the unambiguous efficacy of the experimental compound, the DMC unanimously suggests the study halt enrollment now and complete data collection. And on top of that, the new drug BL8040 may become a new standard of care in autologous SCM. And thus, using methotrexate is seen as the company's most efficient path to registering the new drug for regulatory approval. Now, Mark Breidenbach, who is a 5-star Wall Street analyst, recently stated in a recent article saying, "Our thesis remains centered on methotrexate in stem cell mobilization, and we see a disconnect between the company's market capitalization and methotrexate's market opportunity as a stem cell mobilizer," which is quite true. Key genesis secondary endpoints are expected by mid-2021, and we still see a risk. So heading into these data, and of course it's a bit of a risk. So for example, if the data is not positive or the results are not positive, then the stock price might fall back to some certain levels. Anyways, the analyst also added, "We believe results from the phase 3 Genesis trial could spur the majority of transplant physicians to choose BL8040, which is methotrexate, over Mozobil to combine with GCSF if the drug is approved." Now, upside to their thesis, methotrexate is also being used for other diseases and solid tumors. The company boasts a catalyst-rich deep oncology pipeline that has attracted collaborations with really big companies like Novartis, Merck, and Genentech. Now, their singular focus on novel oncology compounds and their advancement towards potential registration of methotrexate in SCM, plus their multiple opportunities for value enhancement like final phase 2 PDAC, data showed improvement in all endpoints, and their significant data readouts which will be coming out over the period of next 12 months, and their compelling evaluation with $20.8 million in cash in hand is quite compelling to me as an investor. And apart from that, beating the consensus earnings per share straight in 3 consecutive quarters and making the earnings per share target higher and higher each time also tells me that they are focusing also on their business margins, though they still have a lot of room for improvement. But let's be honest guys, this is a pharma biotech company and profitability is quite not the thing which these companies focus on. And plus, until January, the company has 4 strong buy ratings and 3 analyst buy ratings without any hold, underperform or sell ratings, and the company's overall rating stays at 1.7, which is between strong buy and a buy rating. Now, considering all the circumstances and its pipeline projects and the data analysis and results, in the coming 12 months, Breidenbach rates Blrx as a buy, and his $11 price target suggests a whopping 358% upside potential for the year 2021. Now, the rest of the street appears to echo Breidenbach's bullish sentiment as it has racked up 3 buys and no holds or sells. The consensus is unanimous, and Blrx is a strong buy like we already saw. Adding to the good news, the upside potential lands at 428% based on the $12 average price target. Now, having a quick look at the Blrx 5-day chart, so as you can see, there's a good upward flag in an upward trend. So what I mean by this is that there has been always a new high formed, as you can see, between these levels in an upward trend, and it has been fluctuating decently between these levels. There has been a good pullback, then a high, and then pullback, and then a good high, which is quite decent to see, but it has not broken this support level in an upward trend, and always have been forming new lows, new high lows. So this is quite a bullish chart, a 5-day chart, and to be honest, I think that it might see this trend for quite some time, but I don't expect it to rally like beyond $4 or $5 soon, because this target of $11 to $12 guys is a 12-month target. Yeah, so we should be ready to see volatility, but like I said guys, we have quite a good trend. So this was this 23% upward jump from day before yesterday, and we have now this trend. So I hope this continues, and if this continues, then it definitely will make a new high. But don't expect this new high to be at $11 or $12. Now anything can happen, and if that happens, I would personally take out all of my money. But I'm a bit patient with this particular stock because I do see this as a long-term good investment, at least for a year. And the candlestick pattern is also pointing towards a bullish trend. So also if we see the RSI is quite decent, and also the chart is above the moving average, that is also pointing us towards a decent bullish trend. So we would need more candles to analyze this chart, but for now it looks like a good bullish run. Now by bullish I don't mean that it will just jump towards $10 or $11 or $12 range. What I mean by bullish trend is that we might see a good decent run, and good decent run could be around 3%, 4%, and we will see a pullback. So a pullback is a must, otherwise that's not a good realistic stock run. So the pullback, if it stays between these two levels, then it's quite good. And until unless it is making a good highs every time, it's not a problem. So be ready for the pullback and keep your money ready for averaging it down. Don't average it down more than 2 or 3 times. So please be careful. Like I said, guys, be patient with all these penny stocks. These are biopharma companies. They are subjected to volatility, and of course they usually, if they don't meet analyst price quarterly target, they will face a crash. And you literally have to be patient about this. So if you're holding the stock for a long term period, like for in this case it seems to be a long-term investment, then you have to be patient about that. Don't worry about the volatility, short-term volatility, which will be there for all the penny stocks, because people literally buy in thousands and they get out as soon as they get their profits. Many retail investors are not seeing these companies as long-term investments, and which is okay. This is a type of trading, so we cannot complain about that. But if you're looking and if you're ready to hold this company for a longer period of time, then be ready to face the volatility. And that's it, guys. That's all for today. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and ciao.